Y'all, wait until y'all hear this mess right here. If it can happen to me, it's gonna happen. Good morning, my loves. My name is Christina, and welcome to Casually Christina. So you guys, I have got to tell y'all what's going on with this house. First of all, hi. Are y'all mad at me? Oh, I know I've been so busy, but I think about you guys all the time, and I have so much footage that I need to edit. Matter of fact, I was editing another video that I filmed with my grandmother. Took her to lunch and shopping in November that I still haven't even edited, and it's a good one too. My grandma really spills some of the tea about some things she's seen with me. So make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed if you want to see that. I gotta tell y'all what's been going on with this house. So I need a straight jacket or somebody, I need something. Drinks, something. So a lot of you guys know that it has been my dream forever, mine and my husband's dream, to buy a large piece of property one day and be able to live there and have my in-laws move out there, and hopefully one day, my grandparents, so we can take care of them, so they'll be close to us, but still not close up on us. You know what I mean? Like, I love you, but I want to still be able to have to ride a four-wheeler over to your house type of thing, and they don't want us up in their business either. And just live that country lifestyle. I'm a country girl. We live in the house this is our first home that we bought. So thankful. We went through a lot to be able to buy our first home back in 2014. And we tried to do a little homesteading in our backyard here. I mean, one time we had, all the plants. We've got lots of fruit trees. We can't plant them in the ground here because our yard's not big enough. But, we've got them in the pots waiting to be transferred one day. We used to have chickens. We had geese. Geese make a mess though. Okay. Geese make a real mess. Don't recommend if you don't have like some sort of big, large yard with a big pond and all that stuff. So anyways, it's been our dream. And we've been through a lot to get here. And so in 2001, we found what I believed was our dream property. We looked at a lot of property over the years. And every time I would go to a piece of property, like I would pray, like, Lord, if this is for us, make this happen. If it's not, make something stop. And things stopped. I mean, one piece of property I was absolutely in love with. It was like 10 minutes from the beach, but it was also still 15 acres, which was a nice size lot. And it was beautiful, but it was like way in the back of a neighborhood. You wouldn't even know that it was there. And it was still like 10 minutes to the grocery store, 15 minutes to the beach. It seemed perfect. So I'm praying over it, praying on it. Well, we end up contacting the realtor and come to find out that this 15 acres of property, so you got the whole property, right? All of it's wetlands, which means you cannot build on it, except for this little piece back here and this little piece right here. And we're like, okay. And it was really expensive too. I think they wanted like $250,000 for 15 acres. It's got like this much you can build on, and you can't even build no driveway or whatever to it because, I mean, how do you live like that? So anyways, we went through a lot over the years. We found our dream property. I was so excited. It was a little bit further away than we were expecting, but it's beautiful. And we have been through a lot through this process. We designed our own home, our own custom home, something that we originally thought was going to take us 6 weeks. It took us over a year. COVID hit. Well, COVID had hit in 2020, but just things happen, right? And it took us a year to get the price. When we got the price for the 4-bedroom house that we designed, it was way over budget and over what we were comfortable with. And if you watch my last video about it, then you know our thoughts on that and everything, because we're thinking long term. We're not thinking like, what can we afford right now? We're thinking, what are we going to be comfortable with paying taxes on forever? Because this is going to be our forever home. That's the plan, right? And we're trying to obviously set ourselves up in a way that we can comfortably live forever. So that sucked because that was a whole year basically down the drain and a lot of money spent. I don't know if you guys have ever had your own home designed, but it's very expensive. Worth it. Shout out to all my web designers and my, architectural, people out there. You guys are amazing. But it is like a, oh my gosh, type of price. So went through that. Went back and forth through all this stuff, ended up settling with the actual original home builder that we contacted in the first place. I've kind of got connections with this home builders, and they're very well known, and they make beautiful homes. We looked through home design after home design, and it was really hard, especially after designing your own home, because then you're already thinking like, I know exactly what I want, and none of these are it, right? So now we've got to figure out which one is going to do for what we want, but also be in a price range that makes sense, because it would make absolutely no sense to go to a new home builder, get a house that has 20 things that we don't want, but only save this much money, right? So we had to make it work. So we really just said, you know what? The inside of the house is truly not the most important thing to us. The property, the yard, the atmosphere, the lifestyle is really truly what's most important to us. So we found the house that we were going to build. And we do love it. We love the house. It's just really hard after you've just like literally designed your own home, which this may be very unrelatable to some people, but it was unrelatable to me 2.5 years ago. Okay, so I get it. So we go through this whole process, and while we're through it, me and hubby's getting things done, y'all. We're clearing the property. We had the well put on. We had 2 wells put on where they have to dig 200 feet into the ground, okay, to put the wells on. We had the power installed, underground power, the whole shebang bang. And we went through that whole process, got it approved, got all our permits, stuff like that. So we're working, right? We're ready. We're ready to go. We're putting in the work, putting in, the finances behind it, and ready to go. We go through the house process. We pick out our house. We sign the contract. Contracts are scary. And we're off to permitting, which it's not that easy, because after you do that, then you've got to just pick all the stuff on the inside of the house, do all that first, sign another contract on the new price, and then it goes to permitting. And we really wanted to be in our new home by Christmas of this year, 2023. And at first, oh my gosh, no problem. We're going to get you in. That's no big deal. Okay, so now we're in 2023, and we're almost 2 years in after we bought the property, and we have a big pile of dirt and a lot of money in, and still no home. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So the stuff goes out to permitting, and we're supposed to have it back in like probably the beginning of January so we can start building. And our guy that's representing us with the home building company, this is kind of like the middleman, texts me and Jeremy and says, hey, there's been a hiccup with permitting. Can you call me? A hiccup? What does that even mean? A hiccup is like, oop, and you keep going. That don't sound good. So I'm immediately rushing, oh my God, get out of the car. So we were in a store. Get out, come on. So we call. He said, hey, I kind of got some news for you about your permitting. And mind you guys, everything we've already done for the past 2 years, right? All of this, the clearing. Oh my gosh. He says, so I've never seen this type of thing before in my experience in my life. This is what this our representative is telling us. He said, come to find out, your property is labeled under the grounds of ancient artifacts, and you can't dig there according to the county. I'm like, what? He's like, yes, they have it said that 1400 BC, the Creek Indians settled on your property. Can you guys believe this? And that's where they settled and they lived. And they believe that 17 feet down, there could be dinosaur bones, Indian artifacts, ancient artifacts. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me right now. You got to be kidding me. And we're like, why didn't we know about this? Because that is one thing that we did, is we made sure there was no wetlands before we did anything, because that's something that can pop up and get you. But also, we have heard stories from people where they'll buy a big piece of property and then they'll find out there's like a protected gecko living on this 30-acre lot somewhere. And because of that, they can't cut down any trees and build. And now they're out of it. Like, But you should be able to check those things. So we had went down to the county before and we checked with them and they said, this is the perfect property. It's high and dry, meaning it doesn't flood. This is in a great zone. You guys really got a great, so we did all of our due diligence. So we're speaking to this guy and we're like, why didn't we know about this? This is messed up. This is wrong. Like something, how can this even be? He said, because of the ancient artifacts and all of that, they will not, the state or the government or whatever, does not release this information to the public. Like there's no maps you can find online about this because they don't want people coming there and digging and trying to dig up artifacts that could be worth money or, you know, whatever. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What does this even mean? He said, I don't know. We're doing research. My home builders, they're researching it. They had never heard of this and they've built thousands of homes. We are like, this is, okay. So what ended up happening from there was they talked to professionals. They talked to the county because it was the county that was stopping us at this point. And don't get me wrong. I was ready for us to go to court and all this because I kind of felt like, well, this is messed up. Not only did we do everything we were supposed to do right, and now we've invested all this money into not only the property, but like clearing it, and they let us put 2 wells there and just all this stuff. Like they gave us permits for that, and now they're going to stop us when we're actually going to put our house there. But you're collecting taxes. You're going to let me pay taxes to you guys every year, right? Oh, take the money. We pay big taxes on the property, but then you're going to come and say, you can't do anything with this property. So you're going to pay us. You're going to pay us as the government, but you can't do nothing with it. Like, call the lawyers. It's time to go to trial. Like, but I'm like, at the same time, like even doing this, like, why? Okay. Long story short, a state / country, I don't know. He's an architectural company. We had to pay more money for them to come out there and dig. And what they do is they dig 17 feet plus into the ground and they pull out big things of dirt that are round as a 5-gallon bucket. Okay. They pull it out and they put it into a sifter and they sift and they see if they can find anything. If they find something, it's ancient artifact ground. But if they don't, then we get a clearance so we can build. So for the past 3 weeks, y'all, I've been like, is there going to be a bunch of Indians? What if they find a dinosaur bone? What if there is a literal Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton under there? They will never let us dig and build there. Can the dinosaurs go find a place to lay 5 minutes down the road from our property at this point? Because we're all in, like, seriously, dinosaur bones and Indians? Okay. They came out, they did the sifting, and they didn't find anything. Praise the Lord Jesus. They had to do it in different spots of the property and all that too. It's not just like one spot. And so we got our clearance letter and it went back to permitting and we just found out that we were cleared for our permitting and now we're going to start building. Can you believe this? I'm not going to make it. Let me tell y'all something though. During this process, I was already on Zillow looking for a home on a big piece of property because I was like, if this doesn't go through, I'll never try to build again. We have not even laid the foundation, and this has been one of top 10 most stressful situations in my adult life. Yeah, and I've had some stressful situations, trust me. And I was like, I'm not going to do this again. I'm telling you guys what, building your own home, especially starting from buying your own property. I mean, I think it's one thing if you go to a developer and they're developing a whole neighborhood and you just go there and kind of pick out your home plan and they worry about everything else and you watch it go up. But doing it the way that I did it is not for the faint of heart. I mean, what was I thinking? I thought it was just, it's almost like planning a wedding. No matter how perfect you try to get everything, things are going to fall apart. And we ain't even got started, y'all. Holy moly. So that's where we're at now. We are approved. We're on to the next step. So I did talk to our representative this morning and he said that The next process is they go in and they lay all the pipe work that goes under the house, and then they have to get like permits, 2 more permits approved, or clearances or certificates, I don't know what it is, for the pipes and the water under the house, or however that is, I don't know. And then they lay the foundation, and then the house goes up. So, whew. And one of the positive things, one of the many positive things about this is it is a builder that has built this house before. So they already know all the materials they need. They ordered ahead of time. So everything should go smoothly as it can from here on out, because it's not a custom home. When you're dealing with a custom home, you know, you're doing everything new. Everything is new. And so, yeah. Can you guys believe that? Dinosaur bones. Y'all, I was so upset. I had heard this story from my grandpa, who works for the county. And he was saying that there was this guy that, because, you know, we live by the beach. We're in Florida, so we're covered 3 sides of the state by water. And there was this guy that bought this piece of property, and he laid the foundation and everything, y'all. He had everything ready to go. It was just ready for the wood to go up, right? And the county came in, allegedly, and stopped him. They said, you can't build here. This property is protected because there is a beach mouse on the property. The man's already laid the foundation. He's already paid all this money. Can you believe that? So he ended up having to go down to the county. He sued them, and they had to buy his property from him. So he got out from underneath it, but it was still like, when you're building a house, it's probably like, you know, like I would consider like getting married. It's a very big commitment, but it's also like you're already envisioning your life there, right? Like our property, we've gone to the grocery stores a bunch of times. We've ordered pizza from the pizza restaurant up the road. We have pet the neighbors' horses. Like we have, you know, thought about where, you know, Jaden will ride the bus if he rides a bus, or where I will take him. And like in the last 2 years, we have envisioned what our life is going to be like. We've even picked out the spot where my in-laws' home will go, you know, eventually. And just for it to all be like, could be dinosaur bones beneath you. That's where we're at. I will keep you guys posted from here. I do plan on filming the whole thing. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. This is just gonna be an amazing experience. And thank you all for being here with me and supporting me and watching my videos and watching all my dreams come true. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Hopefully it won't be 6 months to a year. Love y'all. Bye.